Thank you for the time given to me. My topic is purposeful planning. Purposeful planning. Maybe they start this giving me the time because the topic is art. You have to plan. In anything you are going to do in life, you have to plan. A popular saying said, if you fail to plan, you have planned to what? To fail. So lack of planning is already planning to fail. So maybe that's why they gave me to start, so that we know how to plan our lives. You must plan. Purposeful planning is deliberate, intentional process of setting clear and achievable goals and a roadmap to attain that plan. So planning, purposeful, that purpose means you have a purpose for the planning. So purposeful planning is for you to deliberately, intentionally. It's not a guesswork. It's not like, let me take it lightly. But it's something you deliberately plan and set clear and achievable goals. Let me give you my example. All through there will be examples. I was in primary 3-4 when I decided that in a very remote village called Sanga, in Toro local government here, Gumo area, that I must, because most of our people did not go to university. So I began to tell my friends, I must go to the university. That was my plan. And they nicknamed me University. So my friends were going to university. Just because I told them, I must enter the university. That was a long plan when I was still a child. But I planned, I made up my mind, and I was deliberate about it that I must go. Not only planning, you must set a roadmap to achieve that plan. If you plan without setting a roadmap, that, okay, I will do this, I will do this, I will do this, then you may not achieve it. So I set up a plan. I said, by this age, by age 25, I should get my first degree. By age 30, 35, I must get my master's. By this, that's how I said. I said, I will marry before 30. So these are goals and sets that I have already planned. The roadmap I plan for me to achieve that. So no person aiming to make mark in life or career will underestimate the importance of planning. Do you want to achieve success? Do you want to get there? You must plan. Planning is not an option if you want to succeed. You must plan. If you don't plan, that means your life is just going anyhow it is tossed. But you must plan. Imagine you want to build a house. You have to sit down to do a plan. You have to draw the map. You have to plan for the budget. You have to see how to start it. Which type of house will you build? Do you have the money to do that? Maybe you just say, I'll make a story building. And your budget is just for a 2-bedroom flat. So no planning, you will never achieve it. And people will say, this guy has started a building and he has not accomplished it. Why? Because you did not plan very well. Maybe you want to go to school. You also have to plan. I'm going to the university or polytechnic or whatsoever in order to succeed. Where will you plan? One, it increases your productivity. When you plan, it increases your effort to achieve that goal. But when you don't have a plan, you will just nothing happens. But planning will increase your productivity, will make you to be passionate about that goal you have set. It improves your focus. You focus on that thing you have planned. But if you don't have a plan, you will be without focus. That's why some youth will live their life anyhow, because they don't have a plan, they don't have a focus. But if you have a focus, you will be determined to achieve that focus. It enhances your motivation. You'll be motivated to achieve that plan if you have a plan. You have better decision making. You make decisions that are good. Imagine you plan that, like me, you have a degree, or you have your master's, or you marry and have a very good family. You will make rightful decision. I did technical college, Gumo, and that is our hometown. A lot of my mates in Gumo, whenever we are in the evening, whenever they are doing occasions, celebrations, if they hear any music, because all drums from our village, they will sneak and go to that function. because they don't have a plan. They are not focused. But I made up my mind that, look, that university I must get there. I will remain in the school. I will study hard, and nothing will deviate because I already made up a decision that this is what I want, and nothing deviate me from that decision. And that helped me to forget. In fact, I remember one day I was in Bauchi. Somebody made me and said, "How is Bogoro?" I said, "No, I'm from Gumona." They said, "Gumona." They were surprised. Why were you always in the hostel? You are not sneaking like your other friends. That's because I make the decision that this is my plan and I will achieve it. It reduces stress when you plan. You will not beat about the bush when you plan. I also remember somebody that we were in engineering together, studying civil engineering. He didn't plan well for his science, for engineering. When he came, I said, "Look, I don't think you cope with engineering. Go back to another course." He said, "No, he will cope." Unfortunately, at 200 level, because I did all my best to assist him, but he wasn't that. And he decided to go back to social sciences. And after wasting a year, but hopefully he graduated and is still very successful in that he field. That is because he didn't plan initially on what to do. But when you plan, you will not waste your time. It will reduce your stress. What are you to plan for? Yes, we all agree that you must plan to succeed. But what would you plan for? I was still in Technical College more in my SS2, reading carpentry because my father is very poor. When I was selecting a course, he said, "Go and read carpentry because I don't have money for A levels. When you finish your carpentry, you open a carpentry workshop in Gumau. Then you can support me and your younger ones." Because we are 9 and I was the second. So I respectfully obeyed my father to study carpentry. When he says, everybody was saying, "I'm going to this university, this polytechnic," I say, "Joshua, are you the one that will do carpentry in Gumau?" No. I went and met guiding and counselor. I said, "Look, I want to study civil engineering." He said, "You're in carpentry. You will have studied building technology. It will have been easier." I said, "No problem. I will combine the two courses." So I started attending building and carpentry lectures. And I wrote the 2 exams. And thank God I passed both. That qualifies me to go and study civil engineering. So you must plan your education very well. You must have the basic foundation. You must have the skills. What skill do you have? The country is turning that without a skill, you cannot solve. You can even have PhD. But somebody that knows how to do tiling may survive, while you that have PhD may not survive. So please have a skill. So you have to network. You have to track your progress. You have to also plan your finances. The little monies that come to you. If you want to succeed, purposeful planning in life, if you want to go against all odds to succeed, you have to plan your finances. The little cobbles that come to you, how do you spend it? Sometimes, if money comes to you, what do you think first? Somebody just dash you 50,000, 20,000. What comes to you first? Is it just to spend it? Please, you have to plan your finances very, very well. At least 20% of your income should be saved. 20% minimum, however small, save the 20%. From the 20%, you invest it. You have to also plan your family. You have to marry right. Whether you are a boy or a girl, a guy or a lady, you must marry right if you want to succeed. If you don't marry the right person, all your plans will just crumble. But if you marry the right person, definitely that person will encourage you to achieve your goal. So you have to plan the kind of family you have, the type of man or lady you want to marry, and trust God for that. You have to also plan your time. Set goals. Schedule time daily. Use planners. Every night, I sit down and plan my tomorrow's activities. I write them and then send them to my WhatsApp, to my own number's WhatsApp. So in the morning, I'll start following it. What did I achieve? Where will I start? I will be deleting the one I achieved till the remaining one. The one I don't achieve, I carry them over to the next day. You have to plan. You can't live a careless life. If you want to thrive against all odds, as our topic says, you must plan your time. You have only one life also. Only one life to live. 60, 70, 80. If God grants you and you are gone, you have to plan it and live it well. People that live careless, they don't have two lives. You have to plan. So these are the things you have to plan for. Your independence, your career, your finance, your family, and time. How do you plan then? Number one, identify your goals. You must identify your goals. What do you want to do in life? What do you want to achieve? It was when I went to Kaduna Polytechnic to study my civil engineering that I understand civil engineering has branches, structures, highway, and water. And because I came from a community that there is no water, we trekked 2 kilometers to fetch water on our heads. I said, that water, I will study it. And that is when I now pick to decide to study water resources engineering. And that's when, after my Kaduna Polytechnic, I understand that a National Water Institute under ABU Zaria that qualifies you to study water. I went there to study my water resources engineering and graduated successfully as a water engineer. Today, I'm the national chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Water Engineers by His grace. I was Abuja chapter of Water Engineers. I rose to become the national secretary of Water Engineers, and I am presently the national chairman of Water Engineers. And I said it since I was young, in my 20s, that this is what I want to do. So you have to identify what is your goal. Assess your current situation, and then work from where you are. You have to now which level am I now? Then plan for the future. I was working with the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing, level 13, in my late 30s. Promising engineer. I was sharing with some people. It was a Yoruba cabal. If you are a northerner, in fact, you may not progress. But because I trained myself, almost everybody that want to work will ask Engineer Joshua. So I was just rising level 13 as chief engineer. When I just assess myself, I say, if I remain in this ministry saying yes, sir, writing for others, I will not get to where I want to go. I put my resignation letter and pass it. My director called me, are you crazy? How can we, the accounting that you take over from us? I say, no, I know my goals. I have assessed my situation there and say, I won't get where I want to go if I remain here. That's how I willingly resigned and opened my office in Abuja and started. My aim was to be one of the toughest 3 water engineers in Nigeria. And today I'm the national chairman. At least I'm almost there, not there. So you have to assess your condition. Where are you now? And now plan to go ahead. Anywhere you are now, whatever stage in life you are, now you can assess and make progress. Then you create a plan. You must stay with current technology also. Technology changes, a lot of things changes. That's what helped me. While people were saving money in works and housing to rent a house, buy a car, I now discover a software that just came in worldwide. And it's only in Portugal that you can study it. Short-term course. So I enrolled for the short-term course. Spent more than 4-5 million. Went to Portugal to train myself on that software. And when I came back to Abuja, in fact, the whole country, I don't think we are more than 3 or 4 that have it. Everybody, Joshua, come and do this. And that's when I saw that the ministry life will not do me, I resigned. That time, I say my 1 hour is 30,000. Any work you are giving me that will not fetch me 30,000 an hour or at least half a day, I will not do it. I have a car, I will leave my car and carry taxi in order to buy food. As I'm going to that office, I will buy takeaway, I'll be eating in the car so that I will be able to eat lunch. I was very much occupied. Why? Because I stayed with technology. Then take action. Then review and adjust regularly. Regular adjustment for every end of the year. Where am I? What are my plans for next year? If you do that, you will get it. Action time is now. Be specific and clear about your goals. Make plan and stick to your plans. There are a lot of things that will come to deviate your attention on those plans. Sorry to say, like myself, my plan was to be one of the best in fact, the best water engineer in Nigeria before politics came to deviate me. I was doing voluntary work for our people here in Toro, rehabilitating boreholes and making new ones where possible. Then people start coming to Abuja. Joshua, come and contest. Even our people are not doing it. Come and contest. I brought every excuse, including the region. They say, no, what you are doing for us. In fact, we are satisfied. Come. That's how I abandon the engineering, come back to first politics more. But thank God, I am back to my engineering. I am trying to manage the two. Because it was here, while I'm here, that I was elected the national chairman. Seek support from mentors and peers. You cannot do it alone. You don't know everything. So you must have mentors, people that can warn you, can coach you, can advise you. You can't do it alone. However rich, however influential you are, you can't do it alone. You need coaching. You need people that will checkmate you. So have mentors, have people that will checkmate you. Stay focused, motivated, and patient. A lot of our people want to make it now. They just graduate, they want to buy a car and marry the most beautiful wife in the next 6 months. It's not like that. You have to take time, be patient, and work hard. It will surely come. Above all, I say, trust God. You may make your plans, but it's God that will perfect it. There's nothing you cannot do without the Almighty. Whether you are a Christian, you are a Muslim, you are anything, God is the ultimate success. In fact, it is God that will make your plans succeed. So as you do all these your plans, trust God, rely on Him, and He will see you through. In conclusion, start applying purposeful planning today. Don't wait till tomorrow or next tomorrow. As you go back home, if there's anything you take in TEDx, plan. Especially now that the year is ending, plan. Even after I married with my wife, we married very, very poor, nothing. In fact, my Adamawa sister left me because I don't have money to marry her. She was a graduate, we graduated in almost the same school. I started working, she came to Suleja where I was staying. I said, Suleja, room and parlor, face me, I face you. I cannot stay there. So I now say, okay, let me marry somebody that only secondary school. And when I marry a baggy girl, that's how it started. But every year, we will say, what is our goal next year? I say, next year, let's buy Okada. That will add income. We begin to save. After that, next, what do we do? Let's buy land. What do we do? You did HND. Go and do your PGD for masters. I went and did it. You, next year, you did NCE. Go and do your degree. And in her degree in Nile University, she had first class. She was the third best graduating student. So they automatically gave her masters on scholarship. So she proceeded to do her masters in international relations. So every year we plan. So make sure you plan from today, step by step. Don't let your dreams remain mere fantasies. I dreamt before that I want to be the best engineer. But I dreamed before, when I was in the village in Sanga, if I come to Gumau town, I was saying my dream just to build a house in Gumau. If I can have a house in Gumau before I die, I think I am okay. But by His grace, I have a house in my wife's village, Suleja. I have a house in Abuja. I have a house in Jos. I have a house in Bauchi. I have a house in my village. Believe me, if you plan, there is nothing you cannot succeed. But if you live anyhow, you will end anyhow. Remember, you have only one life. And you must make that impact if you plan and pursue it. Thank you, and God bless you all.